Imagine living above a storage unit, your father in prison, your mother working multiple jobs. You're wearing contacts so old and worn out that you're closing one eye to throw passes because you're too embarrassed to ask for new ones. This was CJ Stroud's reality at 13 years old, the youngest of 4 kids from Rancho Cucamonga, California, watching his family fall apart and struggling just to survive. Fast forward to 2024, CJ Stroud stands on stage, holding the Offensive Rookie of the Year trophy, the 2nd overall pick in the NFL draft, a Pro Bowler, the leader of a franchise transformed. But this isn't just a football story. It's a story about faith, about a mother's sacrifice, and about a young man who refused to let his circumstances define his future. This is the rise of CJ Stroud. Chapter 1, When Everything Fell Apart. Coleridge Bernard Stroud IV was born on October 3, 2001, in Rancho Cucamonga, California. His father, Coleridge III, was a pastor at the Life Application Christian Center. His mother, Kimberly, was the first lady of the church. The Stroud family was rooted in faith, community, and football. CJ's father put a football in his hands when he was 5 years old. They were inseparable. CJ considered his dad his best friend. The Coleridge men had a history of greatness. His great-grandfather was a Navy veteran. His grandfather once ran into a burning building to save children. CJ was raised to believe he could be great too. Then, in 2016, everything changed. CJ was 13 years old when his father received a 38 years to life prison sentence after pleading guilty to kidnapping, carjacking, and robbery in connection with a drug-related incident under California's 3 strikes law. The sentence didn't just take away CJ's father, it destroyed the family financially. Kimberly was left alone to raise 4 kids with no warning, no preparation, and barely any resources. They moved into a tiny 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment above a storage facility. Kimberly worked as the property manager and took on additional jobs just to keep food on the table. CJ, his 2 older brothers, and his older sister shared 1 bedroom. There were nights when there wasn't enough food, days when CJ would go to school knowing his family was struggling. During one game, Kimberly noticed her son closing one eye to throw passes. When she asked him why, he admitted that one of his contact lenses had worn out, but he was afraid to ask her to buy more. Coaches eventually raised money to buy CJ a year's worth of contact lenses. For more than 5 years, CJ Stroud did not speak to his father. The pain was too deep, the betrayal too raw. But through it all, his mother kept pushing him forward, and his faith in God kept him from breaking. Chapter 2, Rising Through the Struggle. Despite everything, CJ Stroud kept playing football. He poured his pain, his frustration, his hope into the game. But the path wasn't easy. He didn't start his first 2 years of high school. He watched from the sidelines while others played the position he loved. Coaches from IMG Academy in Florida tried to recruit him to transfer, promising him playing time and exposure. CJ thought about it. Maybe a fresh start was what he needed. But his mother and his faith kept him grounded. Trust the process, Kimberly told him. God has a plan for you. Finally, before his junior season, CJ was named the starter. On the 3rd play of his first game, he suffered a foot injury. He missed the next 3 games. The team went 0-4 without him. When he came back, he led them to the playoffs. But the colleges he thought should have been calling, USC, UCLA, the big programs, weren't interested. Around the end of his junior year, at his lowest point, CJ made a decision that would change everything. He called his father in prison. Stroud later said, "Me and him started crying on the phone, and I just told him that I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it." Forgiveness. It was the foundation his faith had taught him, and it freed him to move forward. Senior year, everything clicked. CJ threw for 3,878 yards and 47 touchdowns. He led Rancho Cucamonga to the state semifinals. He was named California's Inland Valley Daily Bulletin Offensive Player of the Year. He played in the prestigious All-American Bowl. When Ohio State coach Ryan Day called with a scholarship offer, CJ dropped to his knees and cried. The powerhouse programs had finally found this gem tucked away in Southern California. The kid who lived above a storage unit, who wore worn-out contacts, who didn't have private QB coaches or 7-on-7 teams. CJ Stroud was going to play for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Chapter 3, Buckeye Brilliance. Arriving at Ohio State in 2020, CJ Stroud entered one of college football's most prestigious quarterback rooms. He redshirted his first year, appearing in just 3 games with one memorable 48-yard rushing touchdown against Michigan State. In 2021, the starting job was wide open. Stroud won it, and what followed was one of the most spectacular 2-year runs by a quarterback in Ohio State history, 2021 season. 4,435 passing yards, 44 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. School record 71.9% completion percentage. Rose Bowl records 573 yards and 6 touchdowns. Heisman Trophy finalist. Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, Quarterback of the Year, and Freshman of the Year. 2022 season. 3,688 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 66.2% completion percentage. Heisman Trophy finalist again. 2-time Big Ten Offensive Player and Quarterback of the Year. CJ Stroud became Ohio State's only 2-time Heisman finalist. He left Columbus with school records for completion percentage, passer rating, and multiple single-game marks. In 24 career starts, he threw for 8,123 yards and 85 touchdowns. Throughout it all, Stroud publicly credited his faith. "I just want to give all glory to God," he'd say after big games. "He's the reason I'm here."
Yeah, first I just want to give all glory and praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And without him, I'm nothing. I'm a broken, wretched, sinful man, and he saved me time and time again. And
his mother watched from the stands at every home game, tears in her eyes, watching her son thrive despite everything they'd been through. Chapter 4, The NFL Dream. April 27, 2023, the NFL Draft. CJ Stroud sat nervously, waiting to hear his name. Carolina selected Bryce Young first overall. Then, with the second pick, the Houston Texans selected CJ Stroud. The cameras caught him embracing his mother, the woman who worked multiple jobs, who sacrificed everything, who never stopped believing in her son. Years of struggle, of poverty, of pain, all of it culminated in this moment. Stroud joined a Texans team that had won just 11 games combined over the previous 3 seasons. They were a disaster, but new head coach DeMeco Ryans and offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick believed Stroud could change everything. The way he first walked in the building, you could tell he had that it factor. You could just feel it. Texans receiver Nico Collins said. Week 1, September 10th, 2023. Stroud made his NFL debut against the Baltimore Ravens, throwing for 242 yards and a loss. The following week against Indianapolis, he threw for 384 yards and his first 2 NFL touchdowns, the second most ever by a Texans rookie quarterback. Then came week 3 against Jacksonville. Stroud threw for 280 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 37-17 victory. In just 3 games, he joined Cam Newton and Justin Herbert as the only players in NFL history with at least 900 passing yards in their first 3 career starts. The legend was building. Chapter 5, Rookie of the Year season. What CJ Stroud did in his rookie season was nothing short of historic. He started his career with 191 consecutive pass attempts without an interception, an NFL record to begin a career. The streak ended at 192, but he finished the season with another 198 straight passes without an interception. November 5th, 2023, Week 9 against Tampa Bay. Stroud threw for 470 yards and 5 touchdowns in a 39-37 comeback victory. The 470 yards broke Andrew Luck's rookie record for passing yards in a single game. He became just the 3rd quarterback in NFL history to throw for 470-plus yards and 5 touchdowns with 0 interceptions, joining legends Y.A. Tittle and Ben Roethlisberger. Final 2023 regular season stats: 4,108 passing yards, 23 touchdowns to just 5 interceptions, led the NFL in TDINT ratio and passing yards per game, 100.8 passer rating, youngest player in NFL history to lead the league in TDINT ratio. In Week 18 against Indianapolis, Stroud threw for 264 yards and 2 touchdowns to clinch the AFC South title, the Texans' first playoff berth since 2019 and their first division crown since 2019. He and coach DeMeco Ryans became the first rookie quarterback and coach duo to win a division title since the 1970 merger. The Texans had gone from 3-13 and 1 in 2022 to 10-7 and playoff bound. 1 year, 1 quarterback, total transformation. Chapter 6, Playoff Magic and Future Greatness. January 13th, 2024, wild card round against the Cleveland Browns. At 22 years, 3 months, and 10 days old, CJ Stroud became the youngest starting quarterback in NFL history to win a playoff game. He completed 16 of 21 passes for 274 yards and 3 touchdowns in a dominant 45-14 victory. The magical rookie season ended in the divisional round with a loss to the Ravens, but Stroud had already proven he was special. He finished with 4,557 total passing yards, including playoffs, second most by a rookie ever, trailing only Andrew Luck. Then on February 8, 2024, CJ Stroud was named the Associated Press NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, receiving 48 of 50 first-place votes. He became the first player in Texans franchise history to win the award. First and foremost, I want to give all glory and praise to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, Stroud said. I'd also like to thank my family and friends for their unwavering love and support.
First and foremost, I just want to give all glory and praise to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Secondly, I want to thank my family, my mother, my father, my brother, my sister. Y'all have been my rock since I've been a kid, and I love y'all so much.
Stroud didn't just win awards, he gave back. He created the CJ Stroud Foundation with his mother Kimberly as president to help single mothers in the Houston area with food, clothing, and essentials. He knew what it was like to go without. He remembered his mother's sacrifice. Now he could help others the way coaches and community members had helped him. In his second season, Stroud continued to excel, leading the Texans back to the playoffs. Though they fell to Kansas City in the divisional round, he solidified his status as one of the NFL's elite young quarterbacks. From a storage unit to starting quarterback in the NFL, from poverty and a father in prison to Rookie of the Year and Pro Bowler. CJ Stroud's story isn't just about football. It's about faith, perseverance, and the power of a mother's love. My mom had to play both roles for a while, both mother and father, CJ once said. Everything he's accomplished, he's quick to credit her sacrifice and God's grace. His faith remains central to who he is. Proverbs 3:5-6 is tattooed on his arm. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. It's the foundation that carried him through his darkest days and continues to guide him today. At just 23 years old, CJ Stroud has his entire career ahead of him. He's already rewritten record books, transformed a franchise, and inspired millions with his story. But for CJ, it's not about the accolades or the statistics. It's about honoring God, supporting his family, and using his platform to help others who are struggling the way he once did. The kid from the storage unit became a star. The boy who closed one eye to throw passes now sees his future with perfect clarity. And the young man who lost his father, but never lost his faith, is now a beacon of hope for anyone who's ever felt forgotten. CJ Stroud's rise isn't over. It's just beginning. CJ Stroud's journey from poverty to the NFL is one of the most inspiring stories in sports. What moment from his career resonates with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story about faith, family, and perseverance, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the teams, players, and moments that define college football.